Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie live every Monday at.
Hi, dude. You know
That is
what, Doc? You're making an impact on people. I was in a group the other day and they go, I saw you on Doc and Queenie. Good afternoon. And they did it just like you did. And I thought, oh my gosh, we're having quite an impact.
that's kind of scary. No.
Yeah, I know. It was cute, honestly, because she did it pretty well. I watched you on Doc and Queenie and I'm like, wow, nice. So, yeah, it was fun.
So, how was your weekend, Queenie?
Oh my gosh, it went fast. I'm telling you what. And those Royals, are they doing great or what does that look like?
They did
Um,
fabulous. Other than the game that I went to, they lost by 1 run, and
oh,
it,
okay.
it was a fantastic game, though.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the good news is you must have gone yesterday then because they won the prior
yes,
two. Okay.
yes,
Mm.
yes. I trying to get to the Facebook page
That
so I
was
can
a
see.
heck of a day. I mean,
Oh,
honestly, that game, holy moly. And for you to be right there, you had to feel the fans must have gone nuts.
Oh, well, there was I was with a friend of mine
Okay.
and we were talking and we looked away from the field for 1 second. And then everybody jumps up and is screaming and we're looking at each other like, what just happened? And then we realized, oh my gosh, it was a home run.
Of all times to look away, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but no, it's a Kauffman Stadium. If anybody's ever or hasn't been there, it's a fantastic place to go. It's very family friendly. They make it fun. People are just generally nice. I grew up in a big city, and this for a city kind of it's totally different. It's totally different. They make an effort to make it a great experience, and when the Royals win, it's that much better. Even with them losing, people were nobody was crazy, mad, angry. It was like okay, you know.
Oh, well, plus not only the season they've had, but that game, extra innings.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have just been the comeback team from incredible. And it's been super fun to watch. And as soon as you see the stats and Seattle's coming to town, it's like they want a piece of us already. And that's when I thought, oh my gosh, what is this going to look like? And we win two in a row. And I'm like, bring it on.
Yes. They just didn't get my
Well,
memo that they were supposed to win
yeah.
yesterday. So
Well, plus the rest of the story is you had great weather to be outside. Wow.
oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were out in the sun for a while, and then we moved into the shade a little bit because it was a little. Yeah, I sunburned my knees.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun?
Actually, it's
Did you
time
get
for
to sit out in the sun?
yard work and more yard work, so I'm loving that part. But this is the time. I mean, I don't. I'm thrilled to first of all have a yard to work, but second of all, just to be outside is wonderful. So this is my season, and the hot and all that stuff is fantastic. The only challenge I'm having is there is a little tiny bunny about the size of the palm of my hand that decides to torment me and chase me around my yard. So I look at my size and its size, and I'm like, why are you afraid of this thing? But it literally like pops up when I least expect it. And it's like, how many times must I be alerted to your presence, little bunny?
Well, I can take care of the bunny if you want me
Yeah,
to.
that kind of
It's
scares me. But okay,
it's
yeah.
kind of war over here. I'm protecting all of my gardens. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Now that's interesting. My bunny is feasting on my lilies, actually.
Well, I'm guessing we have a little baby bunny that I have to cut back my oregano because that's where
Ooh.
it's hiding. And it ate all of the buds off of my Shasta daisy plants yesterday. So
And I'm thinking that eating the bugs off your plants is not good.
buds, the flower
Oh,
buds.
buds. I thought you said bugs, and I thought that'd be fun to have.
No, it would be great if they just eat bugs and not flowers and plants. But yeah.
Eight
So
buds, yeah, and I'm getting my fabulous lilies and the pod, that thing that literally, or whatever that is called, the bloom. As soon as it gets ready to open up, that's when the bunnies decide to chomp it.
oh my gosh, yep. See, they are just no fun. They
Yeah,
are no fun.
yeah, that's for sure. But oh my goodness, and tis the season. The flowers around here are so beautiful, and I'm sure harvest is exploding at your house right now.
We're getting close. Things are blooming right now, and the tomatoes have recovered from the 50,000 days of rain. I really thought I was going to lose some plants because they looked very sickly because they were just basically waterlogged. So,
Gosh.
but they're looking very healthy. And the only thing I have a hard time with, any of your gardeners are out there, is the marigolds. Everybody says put marigolds, and it's probably the bunnies or bugs. I cannot keep a marigold in my garden to save my life.
That's very interesting. Even I thought marigolds were hardy.
Well, they're hardy. It's just everybody loves to eat them. So, anyways, but yeah. So, by the way, speaking of National Day of, today is National Iced Tea Day. This weather's perfect to sit outside and sip a little iced tea or a little iced coffee.
Okay, I appreciate that. I suppose water would be my choice, but that's okay. And plus iced tea, it is beautiful. I know Karen Higgins has the most beautiful deck, and our ACA godmother, and she literally loves being able to be outside all the time. And she's a great example because her iced tea sipping, her glass always is just fantastic with her perfect nails and her perfect deck and all of her life. So yeah, it's always fun to see Karen enjoying iced tea.
My mother always would put iced tea on the porch. She'd make the sun tea.
Yeah.
Did you do that by any chance?
Mom actually didn't. But I actually have pre-Kangen actually, and I might have done it with Kangen because it only takes 3 hours instead of 5. And so I might have actually done it since my Kangen machine, but I do remember the big jar, the big pitcher, all of that stuff. And it's very cool to think that the sun can actually brew tea.
Yes, it's pretty cool. So it's Herbs and Spice Day also. Of course, I was happy to see that one. So happy herbs and spices. Tomorrow is corn on the cob. Are you a corn person? I can't remember if you like corn on the cob.
Well, the problem, of course, is I like it and popcorn and all those things, but I know that corn is for fattening up animals, and so I don't need that. So I don't eat that stuff. Very, 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 very seldom would I ever have corn intentionally, but corn on the cob would be my choice because it has to be grilled. It has to be butter and salt. It has to be hamburgers with it. I mean, it's one of those kind of rules. And that's, again, why I don't do it, because it sounds like it has too many has-tos that aren't healthy.
Well, yeah, it is kind of fodder for the cattle to fatten them up. But yes, happy corn on the cob day to those people.
Thank you very much. Again, it's yummy, but I don't need fattening up at this point.
Nor do I.
Yeah.
And Wednesday is red roses. Do you have red roses in your garden, Queenie?
Actually, mine are pink. I've got a pink, what do you call it? The rose. What is that actually called? The rose bush that's all the time. Whatever.
I know what you mean. Yeah, they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Are called, they're actually pink. Yeah, and I love them. And but my mother was a gardener times a million, and her rose garden, people stopped on the street to walk up to her garden, literally, because her roses were amazing. Not red predominantly, all kinds of colors.
Didn't she create her own varieties?
Yes, her colors were outrageous, and you couldn't see them anywhere because she made them. And talk about cross-pollinate, as I teach in the social media stuff. Her cross-pollinate with the roses, her colors were amazing.
That's pretty.
Are you
cool.
A red roses person? I don't even know if you have.
I'm not a rose person because I don't like the thorns.
Okay, fair.
So I don't grow them.
Fair.
I did have one bush. It actually, when my mother had passed away, my daughter bought a rose bush that we put in the front garden, and I killed it.
Okay. I know. See, it's amazing that someone with your massive green thumb would not be able to do that. But I kind of
didn't pay attention to it. I think we should have watered it more often than I think it. Our hot summers here in the Kansas City area, which it looks like we're going to be getting a really early hot summer coming up. They're talking 90s soon, and we usually get those in July.
Okay.
But I think it was just too hot, and I did not keep it watered. And maybe someday I'll do roses, but I just don't like the care of them because of the thorns.
I understand that. And if you are intensive, the thorns would be outrageous. So yeah.
Yes. Thursday is Weed Your Garden Day. Now,
I will hire that done or have the bunnies do it.
have the bunnies do that.
Yeah.
Don't send them over. I don't want them to weed my garden. Thank you very much. And also sewing machine day. I used to own a sewing machine, but I never really learned to sew. I just sew buttons on things and that's about it. So I gave away my sewing machine.
I actually took sewing lessons 100 years ago and sewed, made pattern cutouts, gathered buttonholes. OMG. And I do have trigger trauma from all of that. I had a sewing machine here that I probably opened twice and in 30 years. And so I decided, why do I still have that thing? So yeah, it's gone.
Yep.
And it's not a good fit for me. And I sew by hand, like if something rips, tears, a hem, whatever, or yes, like you say, buttons, but from a standpoint of actually sewing machine and patterns and all that, I don't do that anymore.
Yep. I shorten my pants with this stuff. I don't even know what they call it. You fold over, you cut a little bit off. Well, jeans for me are always too long. I'm sure you find that amazing.
Yeah.
They're always 6 to 8 inches too long. And I will cut off an amount. And then I take this, I don't know, stitch witchery, I think is what they call it. And you fold. I know you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You fold the bottom of the jeans and you spray water on it and you use an iron and it basically glues the hem instead of sewing it. So
wow,
it lasts quite a long time. So
that's amazing in itself. I not only haven't heard of it, but it lasts through washing machine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I still have some pants that I've had for years. Sometimes I have to trim the threads because threads will come off the part that I cut. But yeah, it makes it so much easier. I don't have a sewing machine and I really don't want to sit for the next 10 hours sewing, to hem my pants.
Amazing. Okay. That, but no, I didn't know about that.
Every day. So yeah, sewing machine is Thursday. Friday is New Mexico was the 47th state in the union. I've never been there. It's on my list. Saturday, we start the weekend with nature photography, and then Sunday, turkey lovers and Father's Day. So we have some fun national days of.
We definitely do. I love turkey. That is my go-to for just about anything. And Father's Day is always a super fun day to celebrate all those dads out there.
Yes. And speaking of turkey legs, I was out with my daughter the other day and we drove by a restaurant that said, and I'm trying to, it said turkey leg and Indian food. Now, we weren't sure if it was an Indian version of a turkey leg. It was just odd, but it was on the sign for the restaurant.
Well, they must have a very good reason for that. So good for them, right?
Yes. I associate turkey legs always at fairs and those kinds of things. So
yeah. Renaissance in September and October in Kansas City. Renaissance Festival requires turkey leg eating. So
yes. Yes. And today's quote for the day is believe you can and you're halfway there. I think that's a good one, don't you?
Oh gosh, absolutely.
It's all about mindset.
It really seriously is. And I can't this, I can't that, I can't something. And every time I hear I can't, that just kills my head because you just spoke it out there that you can't do something. And I don't want the can'ts out there.
No, well, and you've spoke it out, and from a naturopathy viewpoint, that gets absorbed back into the body, and that's actually illness is mindset. There's a lot of attachment to mindset on illnesses. So yeah.
That is not a good fit for me. I don't choose to say that.
If it doesn't work, punt and pivot or, try something else.
No, I just can't imagine actually saying I can't say that. Yeah.
You can't say that. Really, I can't. Yeah. Well, it looks like we've got some word wheels and topic wheels behind us. So I wonder what
I love this so much. You are so great at Canva. This is one of my favorite backgrounds.
Is it because it's purple?
Oh, that's always a good fit. By the way, since you're doing National Days Up, do you know what 8 weeks from today is?
I think it might be National Doc and Queenie Day.
I'm telling you, Doc and Queenie Day numero 4. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Because, of course, I'm always doing the math. And I thought, Doc and Queenie Day 4, OMG. So,
It's
yeah, that
crazy.
I
It's
know it
crazy.
has been 4 years since Doc and Queenie launched. And I'm just looking back at that going, holy moly. All right.
Yes.
So, thank you for all of you who have contributed to our word wheel. Doc, let's find out what our word is today. Oh my gosh, seriously.
Chill.
Oh my gosh. All right. What
So
does
what
chill mean to you, Doc?
Well, I chilled yesterday. I didn't do any gardening. My girlfriend and I went to the Royals game and we just sat there and enjoyed watching them lose.
Honestly, well, yeah, but you really honestly did zero actual work.
I usually get up first thing early and check out the garden. I walked around the garden first thing and then that's all I did.
Wow.
And yeah. Yeah. No, chill to me is just kind of disconnecting. It could be was it last week or the week before? I took a day off from my gardening stuff and I laid out in the sun for a couple hours. Chill means just, my mom used to have this thing, chill. What does that mean to you?
Kind of the same thing from a standpoint of I've got to turn my brain off, and I really, really have to. A lot of plate spinning, a lot of, especially right this month, holy moly, our company is actually having a price increase on water machines. And they gave us an extra month extension, which is great because last month, I really don't want to repeat last month. We had so many orders and how do I this and can't you just wait a little bit longer? And it was a rough month from a standpoint of urgency. The good news is the company felt it and goes, all right, you guys, for the love. And we now have till July 1 to get all these orders placed. So I appreciate that. But it's still very busy, very consistent. How do I this? Where do I that? All of those things. And so the questions, the trainings, all that stuff. But chill for me,
Yeah.
turn offo the braino. And so, and being out in the sun, like I say, this season right now, everybody goes, it's too hot, it's too this, it's too that. You won't ever hear that from me. I'm outside, I'm cutting grass, I'm sitting and sweating, doing absolutely nothing. I don't care. I just want to be out in the sun.
I'm the same way, obviously. And and chill could also be, and I take the viewpoint of, there's not much to really uh waste your energy on. I mean, chill can be just it's the pick and choose your battles. It's the, is this really important to have not even an argument over, but a lot of people don't seem to be chill. They almost seem to be triggered by different
That's a good
topics.
opposite. Yeah, that's a good opposite.
And I go back to the, what does that accomplish? Did what does it really, to be angry or negative, all of that, does that accomplish anything other than you might get sick, you might walk around with a headache all the time. um, you
It's
know
very interesting that you said that from a naturopathy standpoint, that um, mindset negativity, what you just spoke out, is now coming back into you as an illness. That is a very interesting concept. I'm sure you've spoken to us about that before, but that really is an interesting way to say what we bring about. It really comes back a thousandfold.
well, and anything that happens to us, our experiences get stored into the body. And if you're speaking it, that's another avenue of storage, if you're speaking nasty. So
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, chill.
Yeah. Let's just chill. Once again, thank you to everyone who keeps sending us these cool words, because we add them to the wheel. And then, of course, we have new topics and new things to share, stuff like that. So I love to shuffle. I know your number is 7. My number is 5. So I shuffle 6 times. And let's find out what the topic will be for today. Oh my gosh, no, this is fun.
Doc and Queenie classes. How cool is
I
that?
know, seriously, that is very cool. And so what do we have coming up for Doc and Queenie classes, Doc?
Well, I know I just finished newsletters, so I think it's your turn.
That's fantastic, honestly. And we do try and alternate. And the topics that come up, the techniques that we've learned from different platforms and things like that that we've done, those are all very fun. I literally just got off an alignable Smart Connect, they call it, which is kind of like speed networking. And I was with a gentleman from Egypt who is in America now. And he literally said, I'm getting ready to start my YouTube channel. And I said, what is the hesitation? And he said, well, it's one of those kind of pull the trigger moments. And it's like, what do I need to do next? And so that's always a big thing for me is if I was waiting to get that done, I still wouldn't have a channel. And so for me, it's a matter of just push the button. And so I'm sure that's easier said than done, I guess. When you started your channel, did you hesitate or did you wait till it was perfect or how did that work for you?
Well, for me, being an A personality, we go before before people line up even hit the starting blocks.
Uh-huh.
No, I just started it. And actually I was just looking at it today. I started it back in what was it, 2020? Let me look back here. I should know
Oh,
that. Yeah,
did you really? Wow.
I joined in 2020. My first year was more kind of experimenting, just kind of getting a feel for it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't I will watch, I'll sit back and watch things for a little bit and then I will try it. And then I learn. I like flying by the seat of my pants sometimes, but how do you learn? You have to do. And like you say, what you teach, especially in your posting parties, just push a button. I mean, that's how you've learned all of the caveats to posting parties, and I've kind of learned the same thing with the YouTube and the different ways to do YouTube, pushing buttons, watching people that have pushed buttons. Yeah, it's but yeah, our classes, it's a lot of fun. We've had, I'm trying to think of, so we've had the newsletters, we've had Alignable, we've had Canva, we've had YouTube. Are we going to get a hint as to what the next one will be?
Well, actually, that's what I want to talk about is what people are looking for. And I'm trying to think. I just learned of a new person. Um, and of course, I can't find the recent subscription, but I just learned of a new person that has billions
Wow.
of YouTube followers. And I think it's something Beast,
Oh,
Mr.
yes,
Beast, actually.
Mr. Beast. Yes.
And so that's right, Mr. Beast. Okay. So he's got 278 million subscribers, 801 videos, and 51 billion 632 million plus views. And so I look at this and it literally is a matter of raising money, giving it away. He's built wells in Africa. He's helped
Wow.
1,000 blind people see. He's helped 1,000 deaf people hear. He's given millions to charity. He's donated over 100 cars. And the reason he says LOL after that is because he bought the cars when he made all of his millions. And he literally woke up the next morning, I'm not feeling good about myself. And he literally gave them away because that was his perfect example of having all this stuff does not make you feel better about yourself. So he does have
Absolutely.
amazing, oh my gosh. And he's got amazing testimonials and amazing success story. And so it was very cool to find him. So Mr. Beast is a very cool person to follow and subscribe on YouTube because that is the largest person I've ever had, 51 billion views.
And they didn't kick him off. So, hey.
I know, seriously. And I know you're getting close to that, but you are my hero when it comes to all the YouTube stuff.
I'm just a little droplet in the water, in the big pool of water compared to Mr. Beast. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just now the second checked mine and I'm going to have to screenshot it because I can't believe it. I just the second hit 900 subscribers. And I know it's because of my alignable friends because they have been so kind and so sweet. And I really, 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 really appreciate that. Misty Henkel from the Australia group Business at Breakfast is always encouraging us to subscribe to each other's channels. And so I appreciate that. But literally, I just got off on a lineable call, and the folks there are always very forthcoming. Tell me how I can help you, things like that. And so I said, well, I'm inching closer to that 1,000 mark. I'm not totally sure why the 1,000 is a threshold for me.
Well, it used to
Milestone.
be monetization, but it's not happening anymore.
That's what I was going to say. So I don't even know why I'm still doing that. But the 1,000 piece is a biggie for me. But I didn't even know. I just the second hit 900 myself. So it is a slow process, Doc. A slow process. At least it has been for me.
Did you look in your rear view mirror? Can you see my car coming up behind you?
Are you 800 already?
No, I'm at 763.
Okay, you're
I
almost
was
there.
at
Okay.
720 yesterday.
Yep.
So
That's why I say your growth has been phenomenal. This just the past few months has been big for you, and you attribute it to your gardening or your Canva or what?
it's the gardening, it's the trend right now,
Okay.
and it's knowing what to post when is part of it. So yeah, and I have discovered my longer videos don't go anywhere. So it's all about shorts. I'm now moving my subscribers into a little bit longer shorts. Originally, it was 15 seconds, and now I still get some play on between 30 and 60 seconds. So eventually, we'll get to a longer video, but it works.
So the people do not watch your tutorials, if you will.
Not many. It's kind of
Wow.
funny. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, and I thought, well, maybe it's something I'm doing. It seems to be YouTube wide. I've seen a lot of people make that same comment. Everybody's kind of backing off the longer videos and going to just short, attention span. What was the attention? I'm trying to remember what they used to say about attention spans. They're like 7 seconds or 10 seconds.
But I'm
makes
sure
sense.
nowadays it's even less, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. So, but yeah, I've gotten a majority of it on a 15-second short. So, and what I'm trying to do is pack as much information about gardening into 15 seconds, which is quite challenging. So that's where I'm slowly moving some. If you look at my page, you'll see they're a little bit longer than 15 seconds. Some topics I can get away with it, but no, it's been fun. But yeah, that's how I've grown. Last year at this time, I had 52 subscribers, so I think I've done pretty good.
Oh my gosh! Now that is outrageous.
Yeah.
700 subscribers in 12 months. That's, I mean, think about that long term. That's amazing.
You just got to keep the ball rolling, right? Consistency and keep moving forward.
Absolutely. So. And I think I've been on since 2000 something, and I'm just now hitting 900. So as I said, you are definitely my hero. And I've got Mr. Beast in my rearview mirror as well.
Mr. Beast, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's looking forward this week? Anything fun to share with everybody?
Well, I have a lot of things actually coming up. 3 posting parties, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We just had one earlier today. I've got one on Wednesday with Alignable, and that team open to the public. And then another financial person in my life wanted to have a posting party for her team. And I've realized it's actually a public post as an event page, and so that's open to the public as well on Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday are posting parties for different teams, and I love being able to facilitate those, because last week I got to do one with the dynamic Missy Day. Missy is a coach based out of Las Vegas, and she's got What's Your Story, and she's also got she's very active in Speaker Bureau, so she takes speakers and she puts them all over whatever location needs a speaker. And they've all got quite a testimonial and quite a story. So I got to have a posting party with her group last week. So the posting party platform, Doc, is really pushing forward. Say that 5 times really fast.
I can't even spell that fast. So.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's awesome. Glad that you're well.
So for those of us who are not in your garden right this second, please tell us, what is the next thing to actually harvest, as in eat?
Actually, my corn is about a couple of weeks away.
Okay.
And the garlic is ready.
Oh, so, wow. Okay. Now, how many garlic somethings did you
plant?
Okay. Yeah.
Cloves. I have 185, I do believe.
Oh my gosh, Doc.
I think I have to count again. I've
I
kind
was
of
going to
lost.
say, I think your family loves garlic.
We do. We do. I try to plant at least 150 every year because I dry probably 90% of it, and we cook with it all the time. So, but yes, it's finally here, and that actually opens up more gardening space. So,
Oh,
I
goody. Oh,
yeah,
goody, goody,
I
goody.
know you are so excited about that.
I'm telling you what, I don't have any complaints of my little bunny over here with all you've got going on.
Well, the bunnies and the squirrels and all that don't touch the garlic, so they
Ah,
would definitely be in big trouble. They would be like, "Oh no, here comes the crazy lady again." Yeah.
how awesome is that, though, that they don't touch your garlic and that's one of your largest harvests?
Yes. Yes. It takes up quite a bit of room. I have 4 gardens that have it, they're all full of garlic. So, but yeah, I am super excited. I will probably harvest it. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow or Wednesday.
Oh, gosh.
And then it takes 2 to 3 weeks to cure, and then we can start using it. So we're super excited about that. So because it was planted back in October. This is it's called a hardneck garlic, and they need the cold in order to develop the bulb, and so they go through the winter. And yeah, here we are.
Now,
It's
does that have the colder the winter, the better the garlic, or is there a
It
correlation or
doesn't
just
matter. It just needs
okay?
an amount of cold. Yeah,
'Cause I was
and
gonna say, I can remember January when we're frozen solid for 3 weeks under, 0
with all
degrees
the
in Kansas
snow.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that vividly because it seemed like the 75th week of under 0 temperatures.
Yes. Yeah. No, it needs the cold, and then this type of garlic is more of, it's like, and I attribute it to wine has their flavors and their notes, chocolate has their flavors and their notes, garlic has its flavors and its quote unquote notes. The garlic I grow is kind of a chef quality because it's not your. You can get garlic at the store. Most of those are a warm weather type of garlic, and they're big. They're elephant garlic sized, and they don't have a lot of flavor. These garlics, I've got some spicy ones. I've got some what they call Italian purple ones, which they all have their own little flavor. So we just love to experiment with it. I'm always growing new varieties to see what works, and yeah, it's finally here. There will be a video.
Oh, I'm sure there will. That is awesome. And once again, congratulations on your YouTube channel because you have just been an overnight success and it only took 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a lot of work. Gardening's a lot of work. The YouTube shorts are a lot of because I have to find the time to do the shorts. Even though they're 15 seconds, it's the editing and it's
Oh,
the
and
script
plus your
writing.
shorts are not just throw it up there, Catherine. It is literally a big deal. Yeah.
Well, I've gotten some buzz on a few that I just threw it up there, which was hilarious. One of my highest ones, I took a potato and stuck it in the ground. And I'm like, maybe I'll do that for other things. But thank you, Queenie. But well, everybody, it's time for us to go. A half hour always flies by. We would love if you reposted this and give us more words if you have any on your mind for our word wheel or even our topics. You can find Queenie all over social media as Kathy Weaver KC, or you can go exactly to her website at kathyweaverkc.com. Doc is Kitchen Garden Expert all over social media and kitchengardenexpert.com for the website. So we will look forward to seeing you next Monday. We are like halfway through June already. Crazy. It's
I'm
crazy.
just flying. That's why I say Duck and Queenie Day 4 will be here before you know it.
And maybe next week Queenie will give us a topic that she's going to teach on, but I don't know. I'm going to have to bribe her. I'm going to have to bribe her. Until then, have a fantastic week. Thank you, Queenie, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now, everybody.